You know, for literally centuries, we've thought that growing food means one thing, turning over the soil, tilling. But what if the best thing we could do for our gardens, our farms, and yeah, even the planet, was to just stop? It's a huge idea. So today, let's dig in, pun intended, and explore this massive debate, to till or not to till.
And this is really the core question, right? It flips everything on its head. It suggests that maybe the secret isn't some fancy new machine, but doing nothing. And not nothing as in being lazy, but nothing as a deliberate, powerful choice to work with nature, not against it. It's a total mind shift, and the best place to start understanding it is somewhere small, like our own backyards.
All right, so let's start small. Let's talk about the no-dig garden. This is where the concept becomes super relatable for a lot of us. It's the same idea as no-till, just on a scale where you don't need a tractor to see how it works. It's brilliant.
I mean, just look at this. A garden absolutely bursting with life. And the crazy part? This wasn't achieved by spending hours breaking your back, turning over all that soil. No, this is what happens when you decide to partner with the soil, when you just feed it from the top and let that incredible ecosystem under our feet do all the hard work for you.
So, what exactly is no-dig? Well, it's actually super simple. Growers like Charles Dowding have basically boiled it down to two rules. Rule 1, stop digging, just leave the soil undisturbed. And Rule 2, feed the soil life. You do that by adding organic stuff like compost right on the surface. That's pretty much the whole game.
And getting started is, well, it's almost ridiculously easy. You literally just lay some cardboard over your grass or weeds. Then you pile on a nice thick layer of compost. A few inches should do it. And that's it. You plant right into that compost. The cardboard just breaks down over time, the weeds underneath are smothered, and your plants are off to the races.
Okay, so that's the how-to. It's simple. But the why? Oh, the why is where things get really, really cool. Let's go under the surface and see what's actually going on in the soil when we just leave it alone.
I love this comparison. Scientists who study soil say that tilled soil often feels like a handful of flour. It's just powder. It has zero structure. But soil that's left alone, it develops this amazing, stable honeycomb structure. It's full of little pores and channels that let air and water and plant roots move through easily.
So who's building this incredible honeycomb city? Well, it's this whole hidden workforce right under our feet. We're talking earthworms, bacteria, and these incredible things called mycorrhizal fungi. They work together to create something called aggregates. Basically, they glue tiny soil particles together with the sticky natural protein. And those aggregates are the fundamental building blocks of healthy, structured soil.
And this chart, it shows you exactly what a huge difference that makes. A study measured how well those soil clumps, those aggregates, hold up when they get hit with water. And look at that. The aggregates from no-till soil are way more stable. That means the soil doesn't just wash away in a heavy rain. It holds onto water and it holds onto itself.
Okay, so if no digging is so fantastic, you have to ask, why on earth have we been tilling for like thousands of years? It's a totally fair question. And the truth is, tilling isn't just random. There are reasons we started doing it.
Yeah, let's get right into that. Tilling became the go-to method because it does solve some immediate problems. It gets rid of weeds, it fluffs up the soil for seeds, but notice the key word I'm using there, immediate. It's all about the short-term fix.
This breakdown really lays it all out. On the flesh side, yeah, tilling gets your seedbed ready fast, it knocks back weeds, it can even help the soil warm up quicker in the spring. But the risks column? Wow. It obliterates those soil aggregates we just talked about, it wreaks havoc on the microorganisms, it helps moisture escape, and it even releases carbon that was stored in the soil. It's a pretty big trade-off.
I think this quote from Jeff Diven nails it. He says, when we start throwing soil and material around, that's a serious disruption. Think of it like this. Tilling is basically an earthquake for that whole microscopic world living in the soil. Every single time a plow goes through, it's just total chaos for that ecosystem.
So, we've seen how this works in a garden, and we get the science behind it. But the big question remains, does this scale up? I mean, can a massive 1,000-acre farm really just stop tilling? Let's take a look.
Well, if the garden scale, the answer is a resounding yes. The results are just stunning. Take Charles Dowding's trial. It ran for 11 years, and he consistently got 12% more food from his no-dig beds compared to the dug beds, even though he used the exact same amount of compost on both. 12%. That is a massive difference.
Okay, but now let's shift to the big farms.
A major long-term study looked at crops like corn, soy, and wheat, and what they found was pretty much no difference in yield, 0. So if you're a farmer, you might be thinking, wait, if I'm not going to grow more corn, why would I possibly change what I'm doing?
And here's the kicker. The very same study found that even though the yields were the same, the profits were higher for the no-till farmers. The net returns were better. How? Well, it's simple. They were spending way less money. Less on fuel, less on labor, less on wear and tear for their big expensive machines. They were making more money by spending less to grow the exact same amount of food.
All right, so we've gone all the way from a small garden bed to a giant farm. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the verdict on tilling? Let's wrap it all up.
So here's what we've learned. Number 1, no-till builds that healthy, resilient soil structure we talked about. Number 2, it protects all that vital microscopic life that actually feeds the plants. 3, at a small scale, in your garden, it can mean a lot more food. 4, on a big farm, it means more profit because you're cutting costs. And maybe most importantly, number 5, the longer you do it, the better it gets. The benefits just keep building on each other year after year.
So when you look at all the evidence, from the backyard garden to the 1,000-acre farm, it's pretty clear. It turns out that by disturbing the soil less, by being strategic about doing nothing, we actually gain more. It feels like the whole conversation is changing. It's not really a question of if we should change anymore. The real question is, how quickly can we all make this shift?